Katie, thanks so much. Doctors say emergency room visits from energy drinks, like some of the ones you're seeing here, up 890%. A lot of children are being impacted at this higher rate. Joining us to talk about what is really a dangerous trend is Danielle Domingo, pediatrician, pediatric dietitian with Akron Children's Hospital. Thank you and welcome back. By the way, it's been a while since you've been here.
Back.
Yeah, happy you're here. So let's talk about this. And we start, people drink coffee in the morning, drinking tea.
Yes.
That's a normal amount of caffeine, right?
Yes. Caffeine is a stimulant. It's meant to stimulate the central nervous system to create mental alertness and energy.
Yeah.
And it's found naturally in coffee, tea, and cacao. And so there's varying recommended amounts based on age and weight.
Sure.
When you're looking at kids, I guess ages through 12 to 18, the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends less than 100 milligrams of caffeine a day. So that would be similar to an 8-ounce cup of coffee.
Okay, that's about 100 milligrams
About
of caffeine
100 milligrams of caffeine a day. The problem with these energy drinks is that there's double, if not triple the amount of caffeine in what would be in a typical cup of coffee. So there's just these, these bombs of caffeine, and they also come with added sugar and other additives that can be dangerous and harmful for our teens and kids that are definitely getting on this trend.
And we've seen it. These are some of the ones you recognize. I recognize Monster, recognize Red Bull, those kind of things.
Yes, these are going to be like your, I don't want to say classic, but like your traditional energy drinks when you think of energy drinks, your Monsters and your Red Bull. But take a look at just this one Monster. So the regular Monster has 14 teaspoons of added sugar in there. And so if you're thinking about what to compare that to, the recommendation is to keep our sugar intake 6 teaspoons or less a day.
And that
total.
One, so now you're at least double that.
Yeah, double it, just in a drink. Now you're seeing that a lot of these are now going more towards 0 sugar, 0 carb to be more, quote, fit, healthy in that nutrition section. But again, with that comes other additives and a lot of caffeine with it.
And these are some of the ones, as you talk, these are some of the higher caffeine levels as we get a little further down.
These are big hitters here.
Like
so
how much?
Bang has about 300 milligrams.
Wow.
And so that's just in one. So if we're having 1 or 2 of those in a day, plus on top of that, a regular iced coffee, or we're having a Starbucks refresher with 50 milligrams, that caffeine is really adding up by the end of the day. That Celsius, that is marketed towards being fit and improving your performance and workouts, that has about 300 milligrams of caffeine as well. You really have to read the fine print. And a lot of these will say that you need to be 18 or older to consume them. Even there's a disclaimer on there.
And there's a lot of side effects that can come with this when you talk about the caffeine.
A lot of side effects. It can increase blood pressure. It really interrupts your normal sleep pattern. And so then you're in this vicious cycle where you're feeling tired, so you grab an energy drink, then you're wide awake, and then you maybe have this crash, and then you feel fatigued, and so then you go back for that energy drink. And really it comes down to just not getting that good sleep.
Right, which can affect the kids as well. As we look to some of those symptoms, there are obviously a lot of stuff that parents can look for if your kids are taking some of these. As we get to some of the other ones down here, we talk about the packaging.
Yes. Notice how they're all just super bright, bubbly, colorful. This is how they are definitely on TikTok, on social media, and a lot of influencers are showcasing these on their Instagrams, on their TikTok. There's a trend of, chugging these and then crushing the can. And so we want to be careful to not be consuming these way too fast. And I think it's also important to see that they come in all different forms. So even these,
the powders
just that little stick, if you put in water, one stick is 200 milligrams.
Wow. And then the hydration versus caffeine as we get to wrap up here, because I want to mention that too.
Yes.
The packaging looks like it's a hydration drink, like it's a Gatorade or
I think that's so important that a lot of times that people are getting confused between sports hydration drinks, which are meant to replenish electrolytes and fluid loss during physical activity, as opposed to these, quote, energy drinks, which do the opposite. They're going to dehydrate you. They can even cause muscle cramping and poor performance. But what the scary thing is, a lot of times they're packaged in the same colors and packaging. So really be a lookout. Notice even that Crystal Aid. I was shocked looking in the section, the different flavored water sections. Crystal Light, I often recommend those to my patients with diabetes who are maybe watching their carbohydrate intake. And if you did not read the fine print, you would not see that there's 75 milligrams of caffeine, almost like a cup of coffee, in one stick.
And you got to be careful. So make sure you check with your local dietitian or a local doctor to see what your kids are, and have a conversation about it with them. By the way, the reason Danielle hasn't been on for a while, she has a brand new baby at home. We have some couple pictures.
Aww.
We have a couple pictures, and this is your daughter, right?
Carlin Joan. This is my daughter.
Carlin Joan.
Yes, thank you. So I know firsthand about sleep deprivation. Let me tell you.
From that.
And I'm here to help navigate through this. But the answer is none of these.
No,
the answer is none of these. Get some good sleep.
Congratulations on the baby, and of course, on your marriage as well. We'll see you very soon.
Thank
we'll
you
be
so
right
much.
back. Stay tuned.